What is up, New World? Rip Digits Game Master Coaching here, plopping out another New World crafting guide for you guys. And I wanted to show you guys the easiest way and the fastest way to get to level 200 in engineering. In this video, I'm going to talk about after 160. If you are not there yet, you can check out my other engineering video from 100 up to 100, and you can take that guide up to 150. You're getting to that 160 mark. What you'll end up doing is whenever you move into ironwood and you start making ironwood spears, what you can do is you can sell your ironwood planks, and then you can buy the tier 5 raw resource of wood, which is the wildwood and the barbvine, which goes for about half the price on my server. In most servers, this has kind of been the ongoing theme from what I've seen on most of these resources that are tier 5 resources compared to the planks of that resource. So what you'll do is you'll end up selling your ironwood planks and buying out the wildwood and then buying out the barbvine, and then using the wildwood and the barbvine in this next step. And because ironwood was so cheap on my server, what I ended up doing to be able to make money through this process is I ended up buying enough green wood to make 1,000 timber, and then after I did that, I got the age wood and the weird wood, and then the ironwood to change all of that into ironwood planks, just to kind of give me some extra cash. I ended up spending about 3k and ended up making about 7k from doing this beforehand, so that way while I was going through this process of salvaging and buying out the barbvine, buying out the wildwood, I ended up having money consistently coming in, so that way I could continuously go through this process. And I did this because I had my woodworking set and I was getting the added 10% bonus while I was doing my crafting, so I wanted to do this so that way I had some extra cash. Once you hit 150, you'll have to make the ironwood or the ironwood spears until you get to 160. What you'll end up doing is you'll throw the tier 5 barbvine, stuff like that, in your in the wood slot, and then you will throw in the metal and the leather. Once you hit 160, you will be making bows, and you will need cloth instead of metal. For the cloth, what I'll end up doing is if shade cloth is super cheap on the market comparative to like linen and fibers, I'll end up buying out the shade cloth instead and using that. And then once you get to 160, what you'll end up doing is you'll scroll down to these dungeon expedition replica weapons, and you will switch from spears into bows. And what you'll do is you'll be making the Lazarus instrumentality bow and the Garden of Genesis bow. And what you'll need for those is the putrid barks and sticky vines, or the spectral dust and metallic bone weaves. And what I end up doing is just throwing up a buy order for those. They're usually super cheap. You can usually get them for 10 cents when it comes to the spectral dust or the sticky vines, and then depending on your server and people, usually anywhere under 10 gold for the metallic bone weave and the putrid bark. Is about normal, and it'll help you through this process. But another thing that I usually do is chunk out in the trade chat or the your faction chat and let people know that you need this stuff. And sometimes you'll get free resources or like super cheap resources because people are just sitting on them and they don't care to sell them, or nobody's asking for it, or they don't know that they can sell them. So this is something that you can do to get these things whenever you get to 160. And then once you hit 160, you'll be making these, and the XP that you get for this is nuts. It goes by so fast. And then another thing you can do is once you make these bows, making sure to put 100 focus, respecking and having 100 focus, or having a focus set of gear that gives you 100 focus, so that way whenever you're salvaging these bows, you're getting that ironwood back to help you continuously perpetuate your finances, so that way you can continuously make more and more bows while you're going through this process. So I just plop these out just over and over again, and just on my way to level 200, eventually hit 200. Hey, if you guys enjoyed this content or found this stuff helpful, smack that like button. I am going to be coming out with some more videos. Got a weaponsmithing video, furnishing video, and then I have plans for doing some more as well. So if you are wanting to get notified for that, just make sure and subscribe. I've been running a sword and board and a hammer build recently for PvP just to have fun in a completely light gear. It's been amazing. I've just been wondering what you guys are actually running. Just plop down in the comments what builds you guys are running. Great axe, freaking bow, whatever. I'm just interested to hear what you guys are actually running. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.